Hello, and welcome back to Just a Conversation, or Jack, the podcast of alchemy. And to those that are new, I'm your host, Montreal. Thank you for joining me. Now, let's finish up where we left off. In our last episode, I shared how the words, "You have something to say," unlocked a dormant door. Today, we're going deeper into what happened next. A moment that tested my faith, my obedience, and my willingness to trust even more in the unknown. Now, most people who know me will tell you that I live by faith and obedience. I say I am faithful and obedient. I trust in what I feel, what I sense, and the directions that I receive. Normally, when the topic of decision making comes up, or why do you choose the path you do, my answer is always I choose the path that makes no earthly sense, or at least not to the people that know me. What I mean by that is if the choice is uncomfortable, if it challenges me to step out of my comfort zone, it's usually the right one. Any other choice might be rooted in fear or resistance to change. And I've learned that fear doesn't lead to growth. Now, this mindset also ties into a lot of other things that I have learned about myself, but that's for another episode. Um, for me, being faithful and obedient often means standing on the outside looking in. Today, I want to tell you about the next step in this journey, one that took me back to a family connection I hadn't touched in over 12 years. Now, after my meeting with the young lady who told me, "You have something to say," and the outpour of words that followed, I heard a small but firm voice that said, "Call Brenda." Now, let me be honest with you. I had questions. I say all the time that, the Holy Spirit made me, who I am. So, the way I think is clear. If I don't understand, I'm going to ask. Of course, I was raised to never question the Lord, but my thought process, even as a little girl, has always been, who else would I ask? Like, who else would I ask if He is the all, the one that knows all? Why would I not ask Him? But as I'm processing this instruction to call Brenda, I said, "Father, I haven't talked to her in years. Why? Why would I call?" And then I heard, "Call Brenda." And then following that, I heard, "She has the other half of what you need for the book." Now, at that moment, I froze. A book? I thought, I'm like, I didn't know I was writing a book. So I tried to negotiate a bit. I said, "Father, it's early in California. It's about 4 a.m. there. Can I just send a text?" I laughed at myself even then, in the moment, but I sent the text. Now, in the text, all I wrote was, "Hey, how are you?" And I said, "When you get a chance, give me a call. I'm writing a book and want to know if you'd like to collaborate on it." And I left it at that. I continued on pouring out the words that I was given. And a few hours later, my phone rang, and it was Brenda. After catching up with one another for a bit, she said, I've been waiting to write a book, but I didn't know where to start. By this time, I had to explain how everything had unfolded up to this point, the undeniable connection that led me to reach out after all of this time. Now, after speaking with her and going over everything that took place, we decided to exchange what we'd written so far. Brenda sent me what she had written over the years, and I sent her what I had just poured out. When I opened the document she sent, I was in awe. Like I was in disbelief, but it was believable at the same time. Her words aligned perfectly with mine. It was as if the pages had been waiting for each other all this time. After that, we got on the line again with one another and was in amazement at how everything just fit together. After that day, we spoke every day, writing and creating line after line every single day. It was an amazing thing to witness. Toward the end, there was just this knowing that the journey of healing and growth together through the process was being initiated every step of the way. Every word written, every letter written was one syllable closer to the healing process that we were on together. We unknowingly, all of these years, shared a lot of the same uncomfortable experiences growing up, but we never knew it. We never spoke about it. But in this moment, this season, it was time for the words, the feelings, and healing to be released. And so it was. In just 30 days, the book was written, edited, formatted, and published. 30 days. It was an incredible testimony to what happens when we listen and follow through in obedience. One meeting, one walk, one text message led me and Brenda on a creative path that we never saw coming. My friends, that's where today's story ends. I want to thank you so much today for joining me on Just a Conversation. If this story resonated with you, I would like you to take a moment to reflect. Is there a step of obedience you've been resisting? Is there something you've been called to do that you haven't acted on yet? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to connect with you on this. So don't hesitate to reach out or leave a comment. Before I go, if you're interested in what was created out of faith and obedience, you can find the link to Unspoken in the description box below. I'm Montrell, and this has been Jack.